Good evening and welcome to Roundtable. Today we have with us Mr. Uday De Silva. He is the Secretary General of the Federation for the Information Technology Industry in Sri Lanka, the FITIS. So good evening, Mr. De Silva. Do give us a background about yourself.
Well, thank you. I started my career as an information technology hardware engineer, so to say, being an electronics engineer. That was in late 1980s, during which time, even the information technology is not a very much spoken about subject. We used to call it computing or computer engineering. So having done electronics engineering, I decided to move on to IT industry, and thereby I joined a private firm, Bartlett Group, as a hardware engineer, and that was the beginning of my career in the information technology. And towards the latter part of my career, I have also developed an interest in helping growth of this IT industry in the country, and I have contributed most of my voluntary times, in federations or associations, contributing my time in voluntary capacity in most of the cases, almost all, towards whatever I can do to help growth of the IT industry. So I think I have been serving the federation also for a long time. I have been a past president of the federation, and this basically has helped me to achieve one of my ambitions. So I will help the IT industry not by working in an organization, or even if I run an organization or whatever it is. You are not helping the whole industry. When you work in an organization like the federation, it is basically a chamber of IT.
Right. So if you can give us an example or explain to us the role of the federation, what is FITIS all about?
Yes. FITIS, as the abbreviation says, Federation for Information Technology Industry Sri Lanka. Well, in I would say this basically was established during mid-1990s, where the private sector organizations were working independently, and even the government, the apex government body for IT industry then, which was called SINTEC, which was chaired by late Vidya Jyoti Professor V.K. Samaranayaka. He himself felt that there is a need for the IT industry come together. When I say IT industry, the organizations, private sector organizations, come together and form a chamber for them to work with the government and other external sources. So thereby he wanted to establish a private sector body, which was basically the beginning of the federation. But I must say, at that time, there were different sectors of the IT industry, that is software, hardware, training, communications. So these different groups formed different organizations, collective organizations. For example, Association for Software Industry, Sri Lanka Computer Hardware Vendors Organization, Telecom Providers Organization, so on and so forth. So again, you find there are 4 or 5 organizations for government to deal with. Then we found that by having one particular body, a unified single association representing the entire private sector of the IT industry, is basically a mandatory thing. It was felt. Then formed the federation by bringing all these associations together and as giving a unified one voice to talk to the government and international bodies, whatever it is. So that is the basically beginning of the federation.
So it's also to influence policy, advise government with respect to an IT strategy for the country, that this federation is now in being.
Certainly yes, because if you look at IT industry, slightly different to the other industries, for example, tea, rubber, or whatever.
So that's the thing, Mr. De Silva. I wanted to actually ask you now to shape the discussion to understand where the IT industry is heading. Actually, what is the IT industry?
Yep. Let me go a step back and just say what I was trying to say. The IT industry, what I was trying to say, is slightly different from the other industries. It is basically about 95% has to be driven by the private sector. For example, why I say that, there can be tea board and there can be, coconut board having government owned or government managed estates or whatever. But in the IT industry so far, it has been the private sector that really has been driving the revenue earning part of it. Government has been a user, and I even wouldn't see in the foreseen near future that government is trying to be a revenue generator in IT. But government has to be a good catalyst in doing all that. But as a revenue generator, it has to be driven by the private sector. That is why the real need for a federation or one unified focused voice of the private sector was required. So as you rightly said, that is to lobby with the government and to formulate the policies required. All these things are basically influenced and discussed with the government, with the federation.
Okay, so now taking it from there, if you talk about the IT industry, I ask you to give an overall overview of the IT industry, what can you say, Mr. De Silva?
Okay. Let me say, when you say, again, I will take up this typical predominantly coal industries. If you take tea, rubber, coconut, I mean, why I say that, I'm sorry, but why I say that is, anybody would know that, even in any chamber they would be talking about it. IT has always been used as, I'm talking about till recent past, as a utility or a tool. When you, for example, when you say IT, anybody would say, we are computerizing, buying so many computers and using a software application. And that is what people are thinking what IT is. But however, what we have not really realized is that this also can be another similar or higher revenue earning industry for the country. Basically, information technology industry can one day will be the highest foreign exchange earner, which is not the case today. Until the very recent past, as I said, I'm sorry I have to repeat that, we have not used IT as an industry in that aspect. It has been just the utility user.
So that means it's a very interesting way of looking at it, because you are saying IT has always been used as a tool but not as a means of earning revenue. Having said that, if you look at the economy today, IT and the IT industry, if you place it in the revenue earner or as a foreign exchange earner, what is the position that we can place the IT industry?
Well, I will just give you a simple statistical measure. Did you know that today the revenue forex earner among the foreign exchange earners, IT BPO industry stands at the 5th largest in the country. So that is direct foreign exchange earnings.
Right. So
with the information technology industry exports that we do from the country. So that is 5th largest, mind.
Today, as of now.
As of today.
So, though you say it is not being utilized as a revenue earner and a forex earner, right now you are saying it's the 5th largest forex earner for the country, is it?
Yep. I would not say it is not utilized. I believe that it has not been looked at in the past, and now the country tend to think, and in the whole industry together is driving towards that. That basically is what I meant.
Okay, Mr. De Silva. So how can what should be done according to your opinion to actually get to that point where you can actually call IT an IT industry and harness its potential and exploit the opportunity that has in it